career, the single greatest thing that's kind of transformed the industry is just electronic data transfer and the ability to communicate to people in real time.
At IBM, I sold software upgrades, which you used to have to buy another floppy disk and put it in and wait for the upgrade to happen. Now that all happens through the cloud. You start off by, in my case, meeting someone when you're 21, getting married when you're 25, and all you're really focused on is getting a house and starting a family and affording your visa bill. And then you start to realize that, you get into a profession that you love and that you make more money than you thought you would make, and you just think, well, how do we, give back? My nephew survived cancer when he was 2, and he's now 29. And between the time you're cancer-free, call it 8 years old, my sister became a massive volunteer for Coast to Coast Against Cancer. And so she had this passion to give back, and she did it by volunteering. And she'd talk to me about it every year, and I would never really listen because it's my sister. One day, my nephew asked me to ride in the Tour for Kids, which is sponsored by Coast to Coast, and so I did it. I didn't really realize how passionate Coast to Coast itself was, and then just how much money we could raise by riding our bikes a couple 100 kilometers a day. I became hooked. You start donating your time because you don't have a lot of money, and then you start donating your expertise. And in my case, I can help with real estate, and I can help with math, and I can help with fundraising, and then you start helping with your money. And so it's an evolution, it's not a decision.
I was so proud of Brydon for having this vision to take Tekasi Ranch from just rocks, trees, and roots and turn it into a ranch that people could really appreciate and share with us.
Tekasi Ranch is a huge property, and everyone that works there is a volunteer. And they work hard on the trails, and they work hard on the buildings, and work hard on the non-cycling events.
He gets into the weeds, he gets the dirt under his fingernails, and he works hard. He's really the most enthusiastic and generous, kind, and fun-loving person. He's so full of energy, and he brings that to everybody around him. So he's really pretty infectious with it all.
He has a tendency to try to kill me. He's got probably a 24-25% grade hill on the way down to his cottage. And the first thing that you do is, of course, you climb in a bike. Well, I don't bike 150 kilometers a weekend, like 150 kilometers a year. And we'll do that, and then once that's done, well, maybe there's some wood chopping, and then a kayak race, and then some water skiing, some sailing, and then maybe more biking. And then if you survive that, you can stay.
The biggest problem charities have overall is the cost of fundraising. It's very expensive to fundraise, and they spend a lot of money to do it. So there's 2 ways to help a charity. You either help them raise more money or you help them lower their expenses. We decided to help lower expenses. And when you make that decision, obviously you're not focused on tax receipts anymore. You're focused on just impact. The 4 charities that Stacey and I are involved in pretty heavily at this stage are Wellspring, Right to Play, The Y, and Coast to Coast Against Cancer. Every one of them has their own reason, but the common thing is that all 4 of them could use this property. Right to Play may teach their ambassadors how to be ambassadors. The Y may have the Youth Leader Corps come up and learn how to ride a mountain bike. Coast to Coast can use it for events, which is really, really important for fundraising. For Wellsprings for adult cancer patients, they could use it to teach their own teams, they could use it to fundraise, because it's about helping you get through cancer and nature and all of that. The 5th one that we're getting very involved in now is mental health. And what we've realized is being in the trees, being close to the rocks, helping build a trail, helping build a cabin, these are things that give some of the people that are struggling with mental health issues a purpose.
You can only contribute as much as you can personally. You only have so much time. But what he does is he inspires other people around him to do amazing things. And he really gets that add-on effect of what other people can do.
He does this because he has to. There's a small switch in him that's been flipped that says, this is what I need to do. I have so much There are people who have so little. I've seen some suffering. I've seen suffering personally. I've seen it in friends and family. And if I can do a little tiny bit that can get other people involved in getting this done, it's gonna make a huge difference somewhere down the line. But I'm doing it for myself because that's what I want to accomplish.
His legacy at the moment is Tecumseh Ranch. He has talked about it going on from this generation to the next generation and keeping it going.
Here's a guy who could hang him up, who could buy his way onto any prestigious charity board, but nope, this is a suit, 2 calculators, white shirt and a tie, and then 20 minutes later, it's a pickup truck, work boots, hat, and 3 chainsaws. And that every weekend, year in, year out. That's not something that we're trying to check a box. That's something that comes from the heart. It comes from the inside.
My message to the junior leaders in the real estate industry is try your hardest to understand the journey is better than the destination. There's so many people that are helping with Tecumseh Ranch that could never build a Tecumseh Ranch. And so it's a great opportunity for them to be involved and be proud of it. And I tell them all the time, this is not mine, this is ours. Because I know I couldn't be there without them.
Thank you, Naya, for recognizing Brydon for this award. I love you, honey. I'm super proud of you. Congratulations.
You really deserve every honor that you are given. You're so kind, so generous, so giving, and such a great friend to everybody that has the privilege to know you.
Myself, along with the folks who worked on getting you nominated, believe that while you think you're nowhere near done, and we're happy to hear that, the fact that you've been able to get it this far and it continues to grow and it's still passion and you've enlisted the help of so many others is exactly why you should be nominated. We've all been there. We've all witnessed the contagion that is possible if you understand what's happening around you. And if this award can cause but one person in this room to continue and maybe take something up similarly, then you will be starting a legacy, and one that will make a huge difference.
I would like to thank NAIOP, the board, and the committees for this wonderful award. To the community, let's keep doing it. The real estate community's got the ability to help. Let's do it. Let's get out there, let's find our passion and use all the skills and our resources to make this a better world.